This is me, Jordan. I'm here to show you my special collection. So these are my O-ring assortment pack. So you can see they're very good at sealing. This one specifically is, I want to say a 3/8 inch or maybe 1/2 inch. Not really sure. I can kind of compare this when I show off my ball bearing collection. But I just wanted to start off this video talking about O-rings. As for what they're used for, these are very interesting. Actually, while I talk, I will show off the rest of my collection. Yeah, so, in fact, actually, I bet this doesn't do it. But these are very good at sealing, like, stationary seals and stuff. For instance, in like an air gun or a pipe where like maybe you have a connection, but you don't want any like air to seep through or liquid to seep through, but you still want to be able to disconnect it. I would probably put one of these like in. I have very small ones. These ones you might find in like a BB gun or something. I wouldn't really be too sure. I know a lot of low quality BB guns, their O-ring seals kind of break because like the rubber is just very low quality. Aside from that, here is my smallest ball bearing collection. Or ball bearings are coming next. O-ring collection. They're very small. They come in this plastic bag so you don't lose them. Other than that, never really needed these yet, and hopefully there's a lot of cool 3D printed stuff I can do with these. But I'm excited because I think O-rings, these things only came up. It's my bad. These things only came up like a while ago, as in within the last century. I don't know too much about the history of O-rings, but I'd say these are one of like humanity's most interesting inventions because we can get almost airtight seals with very little effort just by these precisions. Yes, I know the title's a little clickbaity where I talk about ball bearings, but I just wanted to get started with the O-rings just so that we have some context about like the real meat and potatoes. And links in descriptions. I got these all from Harbor Freight Tools, and yeah, they're pretty great. Now, here are the ball bearings. So the box over here says these are I thought I actually went up to 1/2 inch. These ones are 13 by 32. These ones, you put this in a slingshot, no bueno. In terms of roundness and smoothness, they're pretty nice. Ball bearings, these ones, I don't know, like maybe like you have like a machine that needs to be like aligned. These ball bearings will like do this as long as the alignment requires like a 13 by 32 inch, maybe 10.3 millimeter tolerance or something like that. So I don't know if you could see this. I'm not looking at the camera right now, but I bet you guys can get a very nice look at this. So these are like my medium-sized ones. I wanted to show off the bigger ones first, but sometimes when you're looking at these ball bearings from like a distance, you kind of can't really tell like how much they actually like, what size they are until you get like much closer. I'll talk a little bit about why I love ball bearings later. I'm just trying to quickly get through like my discussion of the next size. So I want to say that these are the 3/8 ones. No, but these are bigger, so these are probably the 13 by 32. I'm very sorry. I'll probably not correct that in post. But yeah, so those were the 3/8 ones, which is nice because like a lot of things come in 3/8 standards and they're very easy to conceptualize, while like 13/32s you don't really see very much. But yeah, here is my these are my biggest ones, the 13/32 or 10.3 millimeters. It says it at the box here. These are nice. Like, I bet like I've gotten like actual 1/2 inch ball bearings off Amazon, and those ones are really nice. You can put those in a ball mill where, like, let's say you need sand to be ground up into very small powder. This one, that one will like work really well just to like grind it up. Maybe if you need a little extra precision, but like you kind of like still want to have some crushing power, these would be really good for that. Yeah, I'm very excited to talk about like why I love ball bearings, but let's just keep going through this. For my next sizes, I think these might be 5/16 through 7.9 millimeters. I left my dial caliper in the other room, so unfortunately I can't show you guys and like just see the dimensions, and like we could even like check to see like how accurate these are. That'll be in an upcoming video of where I do an analysis on like every single ball bearing I find and see what the tolerances were in terms of like min and max. But yeah, these ones, once again, a little smaller. These ones would go very well in a slingshot just because like they kind of fit in the hand. They have enough mass, but like they're not too big where it's like too expensive per shot. Alignment wise, these would still be for like bigger machine parts. I'd say like your typical one would probably be like a little smaller than like the 1/4 inches. 1/4 inches I think are my favorite. In fact, let's just jump right into it. These I believe are my 1/4 inches ones. If you notice that these ones are less full, it's because I've been using these ones a little bit. I've been doing some 3D prints where grab that. Where like we have our ball bearings, they fit right into these little sockets, and they're very smooth. As you see, there's almost no force, and there's like, these are very bad friction like surfaces. But like you could see that these like really slide nicely against like the whatever like force or torques I'm putting on moments. As you can see, these are placed in here like that. Normally like with real like bearings that you'd find on like skateboards and stuff, they have like retaining clips to kind of like keep everything together. But I didn't feel like 3D printing that. But other than that, like, I'm pretty satisfied with how this came out, and like, I'm very satisfied with the quality of these ball bearings, because honestly, it's just like how O-rings kind of like changed how the world like really was, based on like applying like amazing sealants when there really was nothing like that before, because everything was just very variable and you have to have like skill to like assemble these. These ball bearings allow for alignment with like very, very little like effort. Here's the 3D print that I was making. Basically, you put it on top here, but yeah, I don't know if you can't really feel it, but this is some serious like low friction turning. But yet at the same time, it can support like any like sort of torque, and that's like where the alignment comes from. Yeah, so those are my favorite 1/4 inches. We have a few smaller ones, like these little guys. These ones I'm not fully sure, maybe for like smaller machines, or like maybe smaller like necessary like ball bearings. I wouldn't use, if you really needed a very fine like ball mill, I wouldn't really use these for like grinding down sand and stuff. In fact, here are my smallest ones. As I said, links in the description. Just go to Harbor Freight Tools. You get these for like $5 for the whole pack, and they're all sorted. But yeah, these ones are very small. Now into why I like ball bearings. So these are extremely cheap to make. They're super standardized, and they're very interesting in the fact that you can make crazy super precise machines by just having these as your standards. Other reasons I like them, here, let's take all of these out and dump them. It's just very satisfying to see how these like all fall. I just like how they feel. They make this cool like hex structure. Technically they're not like the most like volume wise like concise. I would leave that up to like a hexagon or something, but it's nice to see this kind of structure and the way they just kind of like roll around together. They don't really stick on each other, which is very cool too. So like you can tell there's like, these are very well ground down. So I'm very into that stuff. Where like there's just low friction and just I like how it feels. Um, I'd like to dump a bunch of these together and just kind of feel a bunch of them, but I kind of want to keep them organized so that I could show these off to like my friends. Yeah. So yeah, I can give a little description of how these are made, because it's like the real question is, how do they come up with so many of these and still retain such a high polish and shine? See if we can get this to focus. Yeah. So either way, how are these made? What they do is they take out a nice like thing of like, once again, a cool standard of just like normal like steel like wire, and they just kind of cut them out into little pieces, and then they press those into little balls. But like the thing is that these aren't just balls, because there's a little bit of like a cap at the end where it's kind of like sticking out, and that one's like a little weird. And like it's kind of like tough to like actually like sorry, it's very, while ball bearings are fun and all, they are tough to clean up. I think they're actually like better than marbles, because like they're magnetic, and if you put a magnet on them, they're magnetic, and they're a lot more practical than like glass, because these things, while glass is only compressive, these are compressive and like tensile like good. So you kind of get all the good properties of steel. Like, while ceramic, you could probably put a lot more force on. It's like, if you were to like bend it in a weird way, they would break. These don't break. These are full-on steel balls. Yeah, so going back to what I was saying, eventually they like take these like kind of like circles that aren't polished, and then they just kind of roll them around a ton. And they just roll them around so much until they just grind into this very, very fine finish, which comes out with these ball bearings. And it's they can make like a huge profit margin with such precise things and just release them so cheaply. And ball bearings, it's kind of how I'd like to be. It's like very well designed, but also frugal and down to earth, the way that like a ball bearing is. So yeah, these guys are my friends too. Like, I know they're not animate, but like something very beautiful just about being able to see your reflection as it looks back into your eyes. Yeah, so moving on. Alright, so that's a little bit of how ball bearings are made. As for how ball bearings have been used to help humanity in like its progression, well, as I said, these are for like machine alignment and even just rolling skateboard things. I'd say one of the second inventions after sealants and ball bearings would be lubricants. Because while these are very well made, even both of these, the real problem like happens when you get like your rubbings and stuff, where you just get like a lot of tough stuff in terms of like just kind of like these will wear out over time. So it's important to have these lubricated with like WD-40 or like some sort of like oil. It just whatever the machine requires, that's what I would use for these. Yeah. Another thing is they just roll around so nicely, and they're all like, because they're all like the same volume and the same density, it's like you'll always have a nice consistent mass, so you could use these to like weight. One more thing about how they have like I don't mean to keep getting sidetracked, it's just ball bearings are very alluring. One thing about how like these are like very humanity is like you can put these in shotguns, and that's where birdshot and like and buckshot are. Buckshot would be like maybe a little bit bigger than this, while like these 1/4 inches are probably closer to what birdshot would be. But yeah, if these have fed humans, created custom machines that will like be perfectly spinning, and just kind of like, humanity owes a lot to ball bearings as well as O-rings, but I would put ball bearings as kind of like a tougher, like more important thing. Yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. You learned a little bit about ball bearings and like their applications are useful, maybe even the beauty of them. And yeah, thank you for sticking so long. I know this video dragged on like a little bit, but I appreciate you guys sticking in for the whole like way. Please like, subscribe if you want to learn more about ball bearings and other like mechanical systems. As for these little guys, I'll be coming up with these like a good like nice design like very soon, so you can like push back and forth from these, and your servo motor will be so protected just because of that alignment and like anti-torque properties of just being able to roll across it. I'll come up with a way of lubricating this soon. I'll do another video on lubricants, but yeah, thank you for watching.